Chile borders the South Pacific Ocean, Argentina, and Peru. Chile has a wide variety in climate due to the fact that it is a long country. You can go skiing in the mountains and enjoy time on the beach in the same day while in Chile. The Incas once inhabited Chile. 70% of Chileans are Roman Catholic. The literacy rate of Chile is about 96%, which is only 3% less than the United States. Chile's natural resources include timber, copper, and iron ore.
The major ethnic group in Chile is white and white Amerindian, which is 95.4% of the population. The second major ethnic group is Mapuche, which is 4% of the population. The last 0.6% of the population is other indigenous groups of Chile. The population of Chile is 17,269,525. The capital of Chile is Santiago, and 4,837,295 people live there. Other major cities include Puente Alto and Antofagasta. The current president of Chile is Sebastián Piñera, and he has served for about 3 years.
Chile has been vulnerable to many natural disasters. They are vulnerable to severe earthquakes, volcanoes, and some tsunamis. There are over 36 active volcanoes along the Chilean Andes Mountains. Earthquakes also affect Chileans. The devastating Chilean earthquake in 2010 affected over 2.6 million people. It measured as an 8.8 on the Richter scale. The earthquake also caused a tsunami, which then in turn caused major flooding. As you can see, natural disasters can affect Chile immensely and have done so.
Easter Island is a Polynesian island in the Pacific Ocean. It is a territory of Chile and it has a tropical maritime climate. It was discovered by a European explorer in 1722 on Easter Day while he was looking for the David Islands. This island has many volcanoes.
It is located 2,182 miles from the coast of Chile. It is part of the Polynesian Triangle and was annexed by Chile in 1888. Easter Island is one of the most isolated islands in the world. It was filled with 887 head statues, known as moai.
Tierra del Fuego. Tierra del Fuego is the bottom tip of South America, and it's mainly composed of like a bunch of islands, also known as an archipelago. This map here shows you a more detailed map of the divisions of Tierra del Fuego. On the right is Argentina, and on the left, and also at the very tip of Tierra del Fuego, is owned by Chile. Named this area the Land of Fire because they saw Indians with pillars of fire on the beaches to keep warm.
Some areas of the subantarctic region are owned by Argentina, and some areas are owned by Chile. The people native to this land are called Fuegians, and the earliest known indigenous people are called the Yamana people. The first man to discover this island and give it a name was from Portugal, and his name was Ferdinand Magellan. Petroleum dominates the economic economy as well as the tourism of the national park, where many people come to see the gorgeous views of waterfalls, glaciers, sea lions, and even penguins. Penguins in South America, you say? I know, right? Crazy.
The Beagle conflict was a border dispute between the countries of Chile and Argentina over the Picton, Lennox, and Nueva Islands. The conflict officially began in 1904 when Argentina claimed the islands that had previously been under the control of Chile. There was a lot of tension between the two countries, almost driving them to the brinks of war. Many other people tried to help them, including the United Kingdom and the Pope. The Pope eventually convinced both sides to enter a period of meditation, which ended with the Treaty of Peace and Friendship in 1984, which awarded the islands to Chile. This is important to Chilean culture because it influences what the borders of the modern country are today.
A chimanto is a traditional decorative garment from central Chile, similar to a poncho and woven in silk, thread, and wool. Its entire contour is finished with ribbon edging. The difference between a chimanto and other ponchos is their reversibility, as both sides, one light, one dark, are fully finished.
This is a man weaving a chimanto, almost like a rug on a weave board, with threads intertwining. People got together worldwide for a meeting and celebrated a Chilean holiday. This is Chimanto being sold in a store.
The cueca is a family of musical styles and associated dances from Chile, Bolivia, Peru, and Argentina. Chile holds it as a national dance since September 18th of 1979. While the male is enthusiastic and aggressive, the female is elusive, defensive, and free. Traditional male clothing for the dance is a hat, a poncho, boots, and riding pants with spurs, and a short jacket.
The cueca is a courtship dance between a couple. The couple will wave handkerchiefs around their heads as they dance. This is to symbolize feathers, as the dance is comparing the dancers to a rooster and hen.
This is Pedro de Valdivia. He was born in 1500 and died Christmas Day in 1553. He was a Spanish conquistador. He was sent to South America. On February 12, 1541, they officially founded Santiago. This is the house Pedro lived in. These are ruins of old buildings in Santiago. When Francisco Pizarro died, Pedro made himself governor. The Indians cut his forearms off and ate them in front of him before killing Pedro. He died in Tucapel, Chile.
Negro Ciudad Real in 1475. When Diego was 39, he became a Spanish conquistador and took part of the conquest of Peru. In 1514, Diego and his crew became the first Europeans to discover Chile. They found many treasures in Chile, including a lot of gold. Diego de Almagro is important to Chile because without his discovery, Europe wouldn't know about it and they wouldn't be able to move there.
Carlos Ibáñez was born on November 3, 1877, in Linares, Chile. In 1925, Arturo Alexandria was president and made Carlos Minister of War for Chile. Alexandria resigned as president, and Carlos Ibáñez opened his campaign for president. He won, and in his first term, he created a police force to put down riots. Alexandria, Carlos's biggest opponent, won the next election. Carlos had support of many Nazi parties, but was not president again until 1952. He later died in Chile in 1960.
Salvador Allende was born in Valparaiso, Chile in 1903. Allende was the 29th president of Chile. He tried for presidency many times. His third and final time was in 1970. He was elected that year on November 4, 1970 until September 11, 1973. On September 11, 1973, a military coup removed Allende's government from power. President Allende allegedly committed suicide, therefore terminating the period of Chilean history known as the Presidential Republic. The
economy was doing very poorly, so Salvador tried to make it better by making more jobs and companies were not allowed to raise prices. Then, of course, the United States had to get involved and take him out. Salvador Allende died in a firefight in the presidential palace in Santiago. General Augusto Pinochet replaced him as the next president of Chile.
Augusto Pinochet was born November 25, 1915 in Valparaiso, Chile. When he was younger, he went to the military school in Santiago. After 3 years there, he graduated as second lieutenant in the infantry. A little while afterwards, he married Lucia in 1943 and had 5 children. Augusto Pinochet was the dictator of Chile from 1973 until 1990 when he changed it to be a democracy. He then became the president. This was a big step for Chile, and a lot of people did not like it. A lot of people were killed, and though it was not a good time for Chile, it ended up to be the best for Chile. There is a conspiracy that he killed Salvador down day, but he was an evil dictator, so that's okay. He had very good relations with the U.S. after he changed the country to a democracy. He was the president till about 2006, when he officially died December 10th of a heart attack at age 91. Many people thought that this was a very sad day in Chile. I hope this.
Isabel Allende was born on August 2, 1942. Although she was born in Lima, Peru, she is considered Chilean because both of her parents came from there. Isabel started off as a journalist, but now she is a well-known Chilean-American writer and teacher. The House of the Spirits, Of Love and Shadows, Eva Luna, and Daughter of Fortune are some of the books she's written, and she has won a total of 50 awards. In 1992, she started the Isabel Allende Foundation to support the empowerment of young women, especially those from Hispanic backgrounds. She is proud.
Pablo Neruda is a famous poet. He was born Neftali Ricardo Reyes Basualto, but in 1946 he legally adopted his pen name Pablo Neruda. Neftali was born in Parral, Chile. When Neftali published his poems in a magazine, he used his pen name Pablo Neruda because his family disapproved of him being a poet. Pablo's most widely read work is 20 Poemas de Amor y una Canción Desesperada, which means 20 love poems and a song of despair. In 1966, Pablo married Chilean singer Matilda Urrutia. She was the inspiration of much of Neruda's poetry. In 1971, Pablo won the Nobel Prize for Literature.
Michelle Bachelet was born on September 29, 1951 in Santiago, Chile. She was the only child of Alberto Bachelet Martinez and Angela Jaria Gomez. She attended the University of Chile from 1970 to 1973 and studied medicine. Michelle and her father Alberto were arrested by Augusto Pinochet, the dictator of Chile at the time. They were captured because Michelle's father was an Air Force general against Pinochet and his military coup. Michelle was released in 1975, but her father died under torture. She then worked as a pediatrician at a Swedish-run clinic in Germany, and while working there she met her husband Jorge Davalos. Because of her education in medicine, she took on the titles of Minister of Health and Minister of Defense presented to her by President Lagos. Bachelet returned to Chile and entered politics after Pinochet was ousted. She is part of the Socialist Party. In 2006, she became Chile's first woman president in a runoff, beating Sebastián Piñera, and was popular for her handling of the 2008 financial crisis. Her last days in office were marred by government missteps in responding to the devastating earthquake and its aftermath. She was eventually succeeded by Piñera. Michelle had become the first ever female president of Chile. She had also become the first female to ever lead any South American nation.
Sebastián Piñera became famous for his many accomplishments. His biggest one was becoming the president of Chile. Sebastián went to school at Harvard to study commercial engineering and later got his PhD. In Chile, Piñera became rich after he introduced the idea of credit cards and investing in other Chilean businesses. Later, he was elected senator for East Santiago and created 3 bills. In 2005, he ran for president against Michelle Bachelet, but it ended in an unsuccessful runoff election. 4 years later, however, he did succeed in his second runoff election, and in 2010 became the 47th president of Chile. Once his term started, things went terribly wrong, including an 8.8 earthquake following a tsunami that killed 500 people. Next came a tragic mine incident trapping 33 miners, but it was fortunately resolved. It's the many important skills why Sebastián Piñera is the right president for Chile.
Get crazy, get wild, let's party, get loud. If you
She was born in Santiago, Chile. She was adopted when she was 6 months old and raised by Italian-American parents in the U.S. She's called Snooky because in middle school she was the first one of her friends to kiss a boy, and they named her after a male character in the movie The Last Dance. She's important to Chile because it's her home country. It has gained attention and recognition because everyone assumed she was from New Jersey. When she was on the show, she shared where she was actually from. People were interested.
She attended community college, planning on being a veterinarian. As a cheerleader, and she was also challenged with an eating disorder. She first appeared on the reality show Is She Really Going Out with Him, but became more famous from Jersey Shore. For the first season of Jersey Shore, she got paid $5,000 an episode. She now earns $30,000 an episode, and she got engaged to Giovanni Lavelle in March 2012. On August 26, 2012, she gave birth to Lorenzo Dominic Lavelle.
This is Cote de Pablo. Her real name is Maria Jose de Pablo Fernandez. She is a TV actress. She was born on November 12, 1979, which makes her 33 years old. She attended the Carnegie Mellon University in Chile. She was born in Santiago, Chile. She is mainly known for playing Mossad officer Ziva David in the hit show NCIS. In 2006, she won the Imagine Award for Best Supporting Actress. This award and all of her accomplishments have made her and her country very proud.
Her mom is Maria Olga Fernandez, and she still lives in Chile, and her dad is Francisco de Pablo. She's in a relationship with Ecuadorian-born actor Diego Sereno. Cote de Pablo now lives in Los Angeles and continues her career.
This is Jorge Garcia. He was born in Omaha, Nebraska on April 28, 1973. He was born to Dora Mesa and Humberto Garcia. His father is a doctor who was born in Chile. Jorge graduated from UCLA in 1995 with a communication studies major. After graduating, he went on to become an actor and a comedian. He is most famous for his role in the hit TV show Lost. He has most recently appeared on ABC's Once Upon a Time.